That's the whole meaning of everything, right? So I stopped my life just to build myself. I have to do, right? It was possible for me to bring the best out of me just only if I was capable of focusing on what I should do, right? The job of mine, the work that I would do. And that's the important thing, right? Remember of the infinity. Remember of this kind of the multiplication, right? And you should think about it. Think as a multiplication. That is the strange thing. That's the good thing. It's not even the strange thing. That's only the good thing, right? Because if you want to be more, you have to produce more. If you have to produce more, it's because you need more material of yourself. Let's say if I am a person that records myself, if I'm a person that creates drawing and I draw, I should just draw more. And without that fear of not enough and things are going to get worse and things are going to get bad, right? I'm not going to do it properly. Sometimes it's like the way of doing it, and I will just be afraid of losing it, right? And that's the mistake of it, because doing more, even if you get worst, even if you get bad results, you are going to get better results. So not bad results and only better results, right? That's it. And for instance, that's the whole formula, right? Everything is terrifying sometimes, and you want to build more, you want to create more for yourself, right? And to become something, to find your spot, to find your place, to find your transcendental magic, to find your way of answering all the questions of your life, building more, getting the successful life, getting everything for yourself, right? Even being richer or the richest that you can be, because that's your dream. That's somehow it's the way that you dream and you see the perceived life. So the way of the multiplier, right? The way of the infinity, how to build it. It's different from the way of the division and the finitude, right? What's not infinity, the opposite of the infinity is something that ends, is something that is measured. And the mistake is thinking that what is measured is what I can do, is what I can believe. The only thing that I can do, the only is through the measured way, right? So how much I will play this week? How much I will play as an athlete? How many hours I will do of gym this week, right? What is capable for my body, right? I don't want to die. I don't want to do too much in ending, right? What I can do. And of course, then we have the psychological force, saying that you shouldn't do more because you will lose yourself, you break yourself. You shouldn't do anything, you will not do anything because you don't want to waste your time even thinking about it. You don't want to break your mold right now, right? We are molded, and this way of life, it's of course the secure, sane way of living, right? I want a mold for myself, and I want to have my mold, and in the mold it's the form of myself, like the shape that I am, all my values, all my beliefs, all the way that I created myself with the strengths and things like this, right? Of course that this mode we will keep, but how can I progress and building more of my mode, building more of myself, believing that will not break my mold, that will not lose myself? How can I confront and without the fear, right? All the changes, all the things. Where is the answer? Because if the only path to success is multiplying, right? And believing in infinity, because what is infinity is eternal, everlasting, it's God, and God brings this energy of the infinity, right? Because it's always more, always progressing. Life is always evolve. We are here to evolve ourselves. Our species, the animals, the plants, the planets, everything, it's evolution, right? The technology. We're living a time of the evolution of technology, the information, the cameras, right? The instant video. We're living it. Because since that everything is online and everything is right away here, we're living this way where everybody and everywhere, every world can be instant connected, instant seeing each other. Anything in the world you see right now, because it's there for we to reach, right? So there is almost, we can say there is the infinity multiplication, right? So the final answer is like I am myself, researching the success, searching the way of the end, and building more, of course. Because if I want be more, I want to build more. I want to multiply more. If I want to multiply more, I have to create more. I have to draw more. I have to write more. I have to believe myself more. So the emotions are going to flow. I'm going to say, you reach the limit. Where is the limit? Where I can go, like the maximum level. I reach the limit and understand the limit. So I cannot pass it because I will die. It will kill me, right? I will have a heart attack. I have a disease. I will feel bad. So we created the health way, the health generation that will say that we have ways of improving your best abilities, your best capacity, just because you are perceiving yourself, nurturing yourself better. You are finding the solutions of, right, the natural way of living with more good hours of sleep, with ways of sleeping, with ways of eating, right, vegetables, juices, super juices, detox, things like this, specific yogas and meditation, right, and spiritual practices, because it will build better improvements on your diet, improvements on your mood, improvements on your behavior when you're working. So working more, building more, believing more, seeing more. That's it, right? That is the way of the natural way, the information way, right? The era that we're living, the infinity way of multiplication to build more and create more. Searching more health, searching more healthier patterns. So with healthier patterns, we have more energy. With more energy, I have more focus, better abilities, right? My psychological abilities includes things like vision and focus. I will have it, I will understand it, I will be capable of doing it, right? So that's the aversion that we are searching from this is not behaving well, right? Don't be proud of behaving well. We have had, we live it, the time where many would believe that being the bad boy would be better than being the good boy, right? So that's a kind of education, right? We're growing up believing that what is bad is good. And this is just inversion, just because of the coolness, just because I am cool, just because I am more, just because I am darkness, right? And I come from this kind of word, this kind of perception. And it would not be wrong because I'm just searching the transcendental answer of this conclusion, of this light, that I am enough, I'm good, I'm better, I'm the maximum, right? I am the max. And just following this bad pattern, bad behavior. Without seeing that we're not betting on the infinity and betting on the finitude, betting on the opposite of the infinity word, right? And that's the word is a concept. That's just a whole meaning. That's just a whole world. The planet is composed by this perception of the ended, right? The ending way. The ending way is the division, because just dividing it so many times, so many things where we have less, and having less is better because you only reach the goodness because you're not doing more of that, right? If I would do more of myself, more of my photographs, I would say something like this, just for example, it would ruin it because I reach it what is good and I want to lose what is good because I have enough, and have enough, I reach what is good. This is the vision of I have my share, my part, and that's the finitude. That's not infinite, right? Because it's just this vision, because it's not God, because it's the opposite of God. What is the darkness? In the whole darkness, what is the obscure and what is satanic? To say that I don't need the multiplication forever. I don't want to build more on myself. I just want to close myself, to leave the closure of myself, the closure of my things, the darkness, and to end the way of living, the way of my life is, because I need to ruin myself. Ruination is the opposite of what is good, right? The ruination is like the bad behavior, without even thinking about the transit, even if it's because of the mistake of the transit ways. I'm finding transit ways of doing myself, and it was through the ruination. So that's what we have to separate, right? Because I want the transit way, of course, that I want the rock star way, of course, that I want to feel the heavy metal way, right? But without being someone that is closing myself from the world, and because of the psychological issues, and even without thinking about it, right? Because it turns into it. It comes with this, right? Not just because of the bad. I'm not choosing the bad perspective of the ruin perspective. I'm forgetting about the infinity perspective of the multiplication. And didn't even heard about it, right? So as I'm closing myself, the psychological variables, these factors are teasing me because of the other, because of the network, because of my heart, because of my emotions, because of my health, because of the food that I eat, because of the way that I sleep, because of the way of I want to believe the sum of myself, like mathematics, basic mathematics. I want to believe the sum of myself. That's the first step, step by step, like a little baby walking, and the baby becoming a child, and this child become young and running, right? So I need to sum 1 plus 1 plus 1 if I want to believe. I would never record videos if I didn't want to start, if I never started. So I started, 1, very bad, terrible, I cannot handle. First year, second year, like very hard, I was young. So how can I reach a good or better quality, right? So sometimes it's just the formula, the appropriated formula of way of doing it. How can I figure out the solution of to the variables, psychological variables, of the bad quality of me to the, and creating the better, right? A little more, a little better every day, a little better every week, a little better every month. I cannot handle listening to my voice. I hate my voice. I hate my face. So things are coming and making me ashamed, right? I am ashamed. I cannot think. I cannot even think the camera is on. I couldn't think. It was so hard for me to think with this camera on, right? So the very, very final answer of the perfect multiplication of a perfect formula is good. And we know what, right? The infinite, be infinite with the psychological variables. Be infinite, now I know what. Be infinite with the psychological variables. Be infinite with the patience. Be infinite with the calmness. Create infinity psychological strength. Create infinity belief. Infinity multiplication of tranquility. Infinity way of finding the tranquility. Infinity way of finding calmness and patience. Infinity way of believing yourself. Infinity way of searching something good on yourself, right? Infinity way of never forgetting that you are good. Infinite way to rebuild yourself and seeing beyond yourself that you are alive and you are one, you are individual and you are good. You have a way of being good. At least 1 or 2 points, I am good. At least I know this and that and good. I have 2 neurons and I am good. I know how to play my guitar, I'm good. I am terrible at everything else, but I am good. I'm not terrible in everything else, right? That's the point of this video. It's believing 1, believing 2, believing the multiplication, 2 multiplied by, right? The next action, the attempt of today for you on recording yourself will be multiplied by the attempt of tomorrow and after tomorrow. So every day I'm multiplying because I want to believe of recording 1 more. Just record 1 more for you to have. Nobody will see the psychological factor. Nobody will see. I will have it. So the multiplication way, I will do every day. I will put a schedule. I'll put on my agenda. I will write a post-it to remember. So the multiplication way, the psychological variables, apply it to the remembrance, to the memory of the future. I want memory of the future way, so we will remember because we are ready to go, right? So I did in this bed, I did again in this bed, but I'm trying again. It's my quality. I am alone. I am enough. So the enemy wants you to believe that don't do it again. Don't, you're not enough. You're terrible. Everything is shaking. You is shaking. Your heart will start shaking. Your mouth, you cannot say the words. You cannot say the words in front of your camera if it's recording. You cannot get the quality. Get the light. Buy the LED light that you want. I will buy the LED light that I need, right? I will buy the light. Everything's bad. It's not work. I will work. I will do more. So I'm multiplying the factor of psychological weight just because I believe in. I'm seeing this enemy that is coming and I'm hearing and saying that you know you are not, you don't want to multiply, you're not good. You will not be the one that is good. You will not be the one that is slight. You will not be the one that is special and build through the special qualities because you're nothing. You have this weak family, strange family, you have the strange people, you have the strange way, you have the strange voice. You have the not good exaltation of qualities. You are finite.
You're not infinity. You are limited. And limited, you are not your own division. You're not a part of yourself. You're just a small part that is very afraid in your comfort zone. Is the terrible psychological way, is the error of psychology. The transcendental way, the error of psychology. The comfort zone, the error of psychology, because just a part of it is, it could be considered error of psychology, because I am built myself just to be very tiny little part of my bedroom where I am my PC and I have my chair, and sometimes it's so comfort that we are hanging out so good there that I don't want to break this pattern. I will not even use the rest of the house, because the house is not even mine, because I don't want to grow there, right? It will be so hard to do the tasks in my house, and it's just a phase of my life, and I'm good. I'm not just bad. I have the both sides. The yin yang of the subject is like I have the both sides. So I'm good and I'm bad. I'm not bad because I'm just enough. I'm enough. Small. I'm enough doing this and not that. I will not record more because I don't want this pattern of growth, because I couldn't see the multiplication of the infinity, and without this formula of step by step choosing more, what is more, I couldn't understand that this is step by step the sum before the multiplication. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, and somehow after weeks, days, and months, years, I am multiplicating. I spent 1 year summing 1 plus 1 plus 1, and later I am multiplying 3 times 3 times 4 times any number that you want. How many actions are you taking? The number. How many ways are you doing? The number. Right, I will have the reminders. I will put reminders. I will write on my agenda the new tasks, the new capacities of myself, the new abilities. I will do one kind of sport. I will do at least 1 hour of gym. I will play tennis. So I'm doing 3 things for my athletic way. I will eat properly. I will eat better. So I'm creating a way, and I'm multiplying more variables, more numbers on this formula. So 3 times 3 every day, 3 hours a day of production. How many minutes? How many hours a day I can put on myself to build the sum of 1 plus 1. I am better. Being better, I'm more confident. I have psychological variables renewed. I will not just believe that I am the smallest particle of my bedroom, and I'm something there that is creating something there. Even if I am the smallest particle of my bedroom, I am there playing more games. It's not just one game, and that's all. I have one game, and my life is there, and I don't have 2 games, so I'm poor. Right? I couldn't try to. I will not forget of trying myself with the sum of plus 1 abilities, even if it's just using the computer. Seated there, right? I have so many ways. Formula of the computer, right? I have the video, I have the document, I have the typing, writing, I have the listening, I have the learning, the hearing, I have the playing, I have the video, and the play, right? I have the game. So the sound, video, audio, and the figures, the design of the drawing, and the controlling of the design drawing from the computer. So 4 things that I can do, right? It's watching video, listening audios, texting, and playing games, something like this, right? Video, audio, entertainment station, plus the control of the interface, right? So enjoy this, not only one interface, train more than one interface, like put more games there. More interfaces, more knowledge, more wisdom. You're getting wisdom from the games, right? And moreover, everything that you can do, books, games, listening, classes, lectures, sessions of hearing, understanding, seeing the whole instant world right now. And you not regret. That's the infinity. We're talking about infinity, right? You're not regretting. So the only final answer for all of this, and the good people that is listening, the good people that made myself, that helped me make myself, to watching it, to hear, listening, and remembering, and being together, and building more, right? That's the situation. Infinity psychological variables. That's the end. What is the end of the infinity? Why we're not crazy? Because of this. Because of people that sums and multiply and get the reach the answers of the formulas. And the formulas are not only mathematical. The formulas are too psychological, literary formulas. Understanding the dramas of our life, literary formulas, the dramas of our lives. What is the love? What's the love triad? What's the love triangle? What is the love? The answer for our love triangles has to be square. It has to be round. And the way of doing it is just one through the infinity God light of the man and woman, I believe, psychological variables as infinity. So if I choose myself, patience, because I will need, because I will do every day, because I will do more of the work, because the problems will come, and the problems come and will make me feel good, will make me feel bad, and more of this will be harder. The better that I become, my athlete, my right, it will become harder because that's the weight of the world against yourself. The law of nature, the law of humanity is all about this. The more that you do, the harder it gets. Not the easier, it's not the easier. Because I'm the best player, it's hard for me. I have to breathe a lot. I have to use my muscles. The enemies will come stronger. The more that I learn, they learn. It's just like intelligence, artificial intelligence. When I play in a hacked game, and everything is behaving with this artificial intelligence behavior. I play the way that you play. I copy you. I will imitate you. It becomes so hard for you to play because every move is calculated. I will shoot now. Oh, I cannot shoot now. I die. So I try more and more. It becomes harder and harder. The better I become, the enemy becomes better. So I have to do less. Stop here. I have to quantify my behavior. Quantify my behavior. I have everything shipped, ready to go to the same thing everywhere. The same wave, the same kinds of wave. If I want to create better things, I want to create more multiplication, more of this multiplication, more of this gameplay. So I am playing every day against the artificial intelligence that helps imitate myself and teaches me a lesson where I am exploding of angry, and I fight with anger, I'm fighting with every terrible sensation emotion because I am the one that is doing it. They are doing equally. They are copying my music, they are copying my voice, they are copying my way of writing. So that's so hard. And sometimes it's not even they are copying. Sometimes it's the whole enemy, the raw situation where I just want to go to the supermarket to buy groceries. It's closed. Right? I forgot that is a holiday, right? Something like this. And I'm there and there's nothing. Right? The enemy is mapping, is quantifying my behavior too, because I'm quantified, because I want the summing and the multiplication, and I didn't know about it. So I'm doing the same things. And doing the same things is very hard. But I discovered I'm doing it a lot. I'm already doing it already. And I discovered that it plays for me as hard as because I am. So I am just a piece of meat, a man, just a person where it has to be limited because it's impossible to grow, right? You have to have your share. You don't want to be more than everything anyone in the world because it's so hard, right? But that's the difference. It's not about being more than anyone in the world. It's about multiplying. And multiplying it's about creating the better version. I need the necessity of recording myself in the camera, have good emotions, have good tone of voice, have good expression, having good results, being a better athlete, being a better player. Whatever I'm doing, I have to read more, read a little. I have to deal with the psychological factor. I have to deal with the rational factor. I have to deal with the physical factor. So we're body and mind. We're body and brain and mind. We are members and neurons, right? And that's how in spiritual, of course, the transcendental way, the energetical way, doing it well, sleeping it well, eating well, right? With good health, something like this. Change your diet, right? Change your health. Believe this as an improvement. Boost your memory, boost your psychological factors. So, multiplication, more tasks, more things. Variation. Understanding that it's hard. It's so hard that the more that I become, the harder it is. The better, the worst. So that's the balance, the duality of yin yang of life, good and evil, right? Darkness and light. How much of each things I need to dwell on this world and bring the best of it, right? The final answer is reach infinity, patience, transcendental. Reach infinity ways of tranquility. Reach infinity ways of memorizing it. Reach infinity ways of reciting. Infinity ways of believing. Infinity ways of having faith. Infinity ways of faith. Create it, believe it, reach it, recite it, build it, become more of yourself. Remember, personal computer is audio, video, gaming, texting. We need infinity with the tools that we have. Remember the smartphone, the cameras. Remember, reach infinity psychological variables. You are a piece of meat. No. You are a piece of spirit. You're a piece of soul, of psychological human strength. So I'm doing the same thing, the same house, the same way, the same videos, the same multiplication of more of my videos, more of my plays. What breaks, what destroys it is the psychological factor. Belief, confidence, shame, confidence, distrust, I will not be capable, reason, motivation, spirituality, the meaning, the significance, what it signifies it, how I reach the top, why I continue to going on, right? Why I am continuing to going with more. I want more, multiplication, infinity. And remove the total darkness of your life of not enough. I don't know the verbs. I'm comforted here. I'm comforted because they will not teach me. I just come a servant. Like I will just become a servant of. I will be just become a servant of the kingdom, right? And that's the mistake. Everybody's special. The word is instant. Everybody's online. The word is now. The tools that you have, the ability that you can do more. The infinity multiplication of psychological variables, right? The heart. I understand my heart, my emotions. I have love. I need to build more love. Understand, I have the brain, the rational way. I understand the neurons, how it works. I have to build more of this because I read, because I draw, because I play, right? So that's all. Infinity, patience. Reach infinity, patience, become God. Become the owner, the winner of the whole apocalypse. And I think that's enough. That's all, and nothing else more. Just remember every little word and create infinity.